Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Skio Patriot 1776 coming to you via Facebook. Tonight in the corner, the Patriots corner, we have none other than John the Bull Allward riding shotgun with me tonight. We're going to be talking about red flag laws and video games. Where does all this madness come from? What's going on? Stay tuned, because I think we're going to lay some bombshells on you. That's going to shock you. All right, let's get into this, shall we? John, what's up, my man? Welcome to the Patriots Corner tonight, baby.
What's up? The usual, my blood pressure, my aggravation, the usual.
John, what did I tell you about watching politics on an empty stomach, man?
I know. I need more coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah.
I'm talking steak, baby.
Oh, well, yeah, that would work too.
But nothing is better than the green stuff. Excuse me while I take a drink. No, seriously. I'm a redneck. And as a redneck, I do different things a little different on this show. I smoke, I drink, I cuss. I do the redneck thing. Anyway, no, listen, seriously, all kidding aside, these mass shootings over the weekend is another one of those stains in American history. And I've pulled up some footage, and we're going to see that here in a little bit, John. This is nothing new. Red flag laws go all the way back to 1999. The first ones that were passed was in Connecticut by a Republican governor. Tell me that's not some stuff, man.
I mean, what can you say? It's the two wings of the same bird, you know.
We've been saying that for many years, you know. And I don't want to come out of the gates bashing Trump. I just want people to be a little aware of where Trump is going and what Trump stands for. Does Donald J. Trump stand with the people, or is he with the Republican Party, John? What's your thoughts, baby?
Well, I'm reserving judgment right now. I mean, I'm not particularly liking what I'm hearing, but I'm not going to trash the guy over talk. We're all in kind of in the knee-jerk region of reaction. Anytime there's this type of thing that happens, we all know that immediately the Democrats basically blame the 87, 88, 90 million gun owners who didn't do it.
That's a fact.
So, and even people that are largely what we thought pro Second Amendment, like this Crenshaw guy, who supremely disappointed in, because he came out talking about more, these red laws and supporting them. And this is it's pandering to the hyper emotionalism of these generations, and it really annoys the hell out of me. People need to take a step back, take a deep breath, and let's look at this logically. It's not an inanimate object that does the killing. It's the soul and the heart of the individual wielding the weapon. So it's not friggin' rocket science.
Well, I'm going to help the people out tonight, John, and we're going to dive deep into this because I've come across some footage with the owner of 8chan, Jim Watkins. And what Jim Watkins says is totally mind-blowing. We've been led to believe that this shooter posted on 8chan and uploaded a manifesto. You've heard that one, right?
I've read it.
Watch this. We're going to get right into this. I'm going to move you up here a little bit. Okay, you're still there. Good deal. All right, so I'm going to play this for you guys. This video is 7 minutes long, but we're not going to do 7 minutes.
What a sad weekend. I just finished watching Shooter. I don't know if he wrote it or not, but it was not uploaded by the...
I'm going to go back here just a little hair.
There's a
And
large community of 1 million people that are now looking for a home. First of all, the El Paso shooter posted on Instagram, not 8chan. Later, someone uploaded a manifesto. However, that manifesto was not uploaded by the Walmart shooter. I don't know if he wrote it or not, but it was not uploaded by the murderer. That is clear. And law enforcement was made aware of this before most people had even heard the horrific news. The spirit and letter of the law have always been faithfully fulfilled, and my company has always made certain of that. It is unfortunate that this place of free speech has temporarily been removed. We are working to restore service. Thank you to the incredible people and companies that are helping with this task.
8chan has since been reinstated. And so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it for yourself. I want to know who uploaded it after the shooting. Okay? Who uploaded it? And how much did the FBI, we know those guys are honest, right? Did the FBI had a hand in this? That's the questions we gotta be asking. Sorry, folks. I know you probably didn't hear any of that, John.
No.
But the shooter that was supposedly uploaded this manifesto on 8chan has now been revealed that it was posted after the shooting. That means somebody else was involved in this too. Or the FBI is playing a dirty fast one. But that's nothing new, right?
Especially with the loser that's in charge of the FBI now, this Timothy Ray or Christopher Ray or whatever the hell his name is.
That's right.
I mean, he's an Obama guy. And that's the one thing I can't figure out. I don't know why the hell all these Obama people are still in there.
Well, Trump doesn't want to seem like an anti-Obama supporter. You know, he's got to be neutral.
Bullshit.
Well,
he needs to be partisan. Severely partisan.
Yeah, if you notice, I was just kidding there, right?
That was for the people that think this is serious, man.
Yeah. Look, I agree with you. These leftover Obama hacks should have been terminated a long time ago, all of them. And now Peter Strzok wants his job back, says he was unjustly fired.
What?
Oh, yeah, you didn't see that, huh?
What do you mean unjustly fired? He lied through his friggin' teeth in front of the Senate committee.
Obviously, lying to the Judiciary Committee doesn't mean jack diddly squat. if you're against Trump.
The gumption on these people it's mind-blowing.
It's it's quite disgusting if you ask me. I mean, these people are just pure loco. I mean, if I come up to you and I work for you, right? And I lie to you, are you going to want to keep me around? John, did I lose you?
Nope.
I'm asking you, are you going to want to keep me around if I lie to you and I work for you?
Of course not.
Well, there's no difference in this ball game either. You lied to Congress. Not that I have any love for Congress, but still, nonetheless, Congress works for me. And I say that if you work for me, you're fired. I don't want you. I can't trust you. Can I get an amen?
Amen. And you know something else? It goes further than lying. That SOB was directly involved with a soft coup attempt over President Trump. Now, agree or disagree, that is agree or disagree with President Trump. You're really going down a very, very slippery slope by supporting that. I just the narrative that continues to go on, and I'm really taken aback by learning Strzok wants his job back. That bastard should be in prison right now.
With James Comey, look what they do to James Comey. Oh,
That's
we
right.
can't. Look, we can't throw him in jail. Yes, he leaked classified information, but you know what? Where's bigger fish to fry and in all of this? And then all of a sudden, boom, we got mass killings over a weekend in a 48-hour period, unanswered questions, and the Democrats and Republicans breathing down the people's neck trying to steal their guns. I'm sorry, this is not a damn conspiracy theory. This is a conspiracy against the American people. That's my thoughts. Yours?
I agree. I wouldn't even classify it as a conspiracy. It's an outright assault on the American people.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I just, they completely trashed a man's reputation in, oh hell, what's his name?
Flynn.
The general.
General Flynn.
Flynn, yeah.
And
I
on
mean,
top, look at Roger Stone. I'm still baffled about Roger Stone.
I
Media.
think he's losing his friggin' mind, man.
Say again?
I think he's losing his mind.
Roger Stone?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Oh, the guy's coming out and saying weird stuff. I can't remember what it was. An acquaintance of mine is very well acquainted with his I guess it's a quasi agent. And he's involved in some very bizarre behavior. In fact, he knocked up some girl. He was unfaithful to his wife. He knocks up some girl, and now this girl is living with him and his wife. I mean, this guy, he's out going to strip clubs. At least he was. He's not. The judge put a gag order on him, and he ran his mouth and got held in contempt. I mean, this is just friggin' nuts.
Well, let's look at the circumstances. I mean, if you're looking at 20 years in prison, I mean, and he's an older guy, I mean, this could just be his way of dealing and coping with this. I mean, getting a girl knocked up, young girl knocked up, and then having him live with you. Maybe he's having his cake and eat it too before he goes to prison.
I guess that's a good way of looking at it, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd go to those extremes, but I mean, I'd probably be trying to let my hair down, knowing that I've been set up and I'm going to prison for a very long time, and the only guy that can get me out of this is also in the crosshairs, meaning Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but yeah, that's at the same time it's very tragic too. You know, you've got a guy that hates the establishment, so he claims, and you know, anybody that tattoos Nixon, I mean that's a dead giveaway, I guess. But no, I don't want to cut him up because, you know, uh, during his Trump's first year and a half, I mean, he was with AJ, and you know, he was reporting and giving insight into the cabal. So, you know, I don't want to beat him up. So I guess it is a tragic thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully, before Trump gets out of office in 2024, maybe he'll set them free. Who knows? Maybe he'll set them all free at 2020 and say, here's mud in your eye, bitches. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I want to go back to the red flag laws because we're not quite done with this story, because I've come across some other stuff. Sorry, guys, it is hot in here, and I'm going to show off my tattoos and my arms here. Redneck styling. Yeah. That's what we do. I'm a redneck. It's all good. No. The red flag laws, you know, again, started in 1999. But in 2018, now this is a story I wish you could hear, John. I know you can't, but the listeners will be able to. And this story is going to blow your mind. And I'll recap it for you when I'm done, John, so you understand. This is a good point. I hope you've taken your high blood pressure medicine, bro, because this is going to piss you off.
Swell.
Let me give you the rundown. 2 kids were in the bathroom. They're talking about a mass shooting. They know where to get guns at. Their uncle's house. The uncle has the guns. A kid overhears them talking, runs to his mom and dad. Mom and dad call the authorities. The authorities go to the uncle's house, confiscates the uncle's house. The uncle has no idea what these 2 little pricks are up to, and now he's fighting for his guns back. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what you are in for if you continue to let the red flag laws stand. Watch. It's, by the way, is again back in 2018.
Why are we talking to you right now? Well, guys, I had to almost wait an entire day because I was literally so hot about this. Got a good friend, Jared. Guns and Gadgets is the name of his channel. And for you guys who don't follow him, please feel free. Guns and Gadgets. He is one of those kind of guys. His channel is solely, his sole purpose is to share information with you guys as it relates to the Second Amendment. My channel's a gun channel. His is a Second Amendment channel, which means that we have a lot in common. But he was talking about how Vermont, Middlebury Union Middle School, I believe was the name of it. I don't have all this in front of me, and I just a memory of what I listened to yesterday. There were 2 kids in this elementary school. Now, listen to this. This is going to blow you away if you haven't already heard the story. In any case, 2 kids sitting in the bathroom were talking about how they wanted to shoot somebody. They had a hit list, and they were going to shoot everybody they had to in order to get this guy killed or whatever. Another kid overheard it. He went and reported it to his family or parent. And kudos to him, man. If you guys see something, say something. It's what helps keep people alive. But what follows suit to what this young person did by telling his parents, the parents called the authorities. Here's where it happened. The red law at its best, or at its wildest, at its craziness, and it's totally unbelievable. Okay, imagine this. You are sitting there and the police come to your door and say, you have firearms and we're here to seize your firearms. And you don't have any reason, you don't have any knowledge of why. This is what happened. The one kid said, I can get guns. My uncle, I know he has guns. So what happened then was the police found out the story. The two children, or the two kids that were in middle school, are apprehended. They are already apprehended. They are at the hospital doing psych evaluation. They are in custody, okay? Yet the police do a severe risk warrant, or whatever you call it, red flag, and they go to the guy's uncle's house and they seize his guns because the one kid said, I know my uncle has guns, we can get it from him. Now, what in the hell is going on with the district attorney to go ahead, or a judge who would even authorize such a thing, to go to a person's uncle's house who is not knowledgeable about anything and seize his firearms based on the fact that he has a nephew who is going to, at one point in time, plan on stealing guns from his home. So what does this do? This opens up an entire avenue of different frame of thinking. First of all,
Right, I'm going to stop it right there. So, again, these kids, John, were conspiring a mass shooting, going to steal the uncle's guns and use them. And because there were the red flag laws, the police went and confiscated the uncle's gun, and the uncle had no damn idea what was going on. Tell me that's not some nonsense, bro.
Well, it is, but here's the thing. From what I don't know this to be true, because I don't know a lot about the red laws, but I have read in some articles that you just can't go down and swear out a complaint by the police. You've actually got to go in front of a judge, and the judge has to grant like a warrant for the police to go in and take those.
Well, according to this guy, it doesn't work like that. The police go. And again, it could be one of these things. You, the people, have the power to go and enact the red flag laws. At this point, it is up in the air of how this is working. Maybe each state will be different.
Well, that alone presents another problem. There's no uniformity. So, what? For instance, I mean, this is kind of a tangent, but it's a lot. It's in the same, it's in the same vein. California just passed a legislation that prohibits President Trump from appearing on the ballot. Which
Unconstitutional, bro.
Of course, it's unconstitutional. But I was in a debate, even though it was a very short debate. They posted this in favor of it, and I said that'll last about 30 seconds in a court of law. And she said, well, this woman said, well, California passed a law requiring this of their politicians. And I said, well, maybe of the state politicians, but that's federal election law is exclusive to federal elections. It has nothing to do with election law. Maybe they do require tax returns to be shown when you're running for state office, which is stupid. But let's say it's true. But when it comes to federal law, they can't do it because it's not federal law. And you're right, it 100% is unconstitutional. Of course, you get libertarians that would say there's a myriad of things that are even more unconstitutional than that, but that's another show.
Yeah. Libertarians are starting to lose their minds. And, I think who's got it all right is, believe it or not, are the anarchists. And when I say anarchist, I don't mean the ones that want to go out here and create chaos.
Yeah.
I'm talking about real anarchists, ones that don't want government in your business. I would say the original libertarians.
I thought anarchists didn't want government, period.
Well, they don't. They don't want it. But there is a definition between the two. One wants chaos, and the other one, like Antifa, they're anarchist in the sense of they create chaos, and then there's peaceful anarchist that says everybody get the fuck out of my business.
Right, but the problem is you get the chaotic ones who will start pushing out the peaceful ones.
And that's where government is a must.
Right.
With the rule of law.
Right.
And then I agree with the rule of law. What I don't agree with is corrupt law and corrupt politicians trying to enact the corrupt law.
Right. I agree.
There are politicians who operate outside of the Constitution. I don't know if you've ever seen child support laws or not.
Oh, yes.
I have a guy on YouTube. His name is Osiris. And what is that, John?
Sorry, that's just me.
Yeah, we gotta, yeah. That's okay. So yeah, this guy breaks the whole child support laws completely wide open, and he finds out that, well, I know this firsthand. One, domestic relations is a private, or not a private, but a non-profit corporation. The judges are contracted, which meaning that they are operating outside of constitutional bounds, both federal and state constitutions. The sheriffs are operating as contractors underneath the judge who's contracting them. So it's one great big business, which means because it is a business, that means that the judicial branch has no authority to arrest you or have you arrested because they are operating under the color of law. If you're trying to call me, bro, I'm right here.
No, I had a phone call come in. I just wanted to tell them I called them back.
Oh, thank God it wasn't the libertarian.
It might have been. Who knows?
Ooh, it could have been a juicy show. All right, guys, we'll let you in on a joke, okay? We have a libertarian. I won't call him a mutual friend. At one time, I think he was a friend. Wouldn't you say he was a friend?
He was friendly.
Well, I consider him a friend. But his political beliefs, unfortunately, has driven a wedge between all three of us. I don't wish him any bad ill. Politically, I can't stand his politics. Him as a guy, good friend, good guy. You know what I'm trying to say. Y'all been down that road. Y'all know where I'm coming from. If he was stranded somewhere and needed a ride, and I was able to go get him, I would definitely go get him. No doubt about it. You know what I mean? He's one of those kind of people to me. John, on the other hand, we don't call him the bull for nothing.
I pull up to him, roll the window down, and say it sucks to be you.
Shame on you, John. Shame.
No, I'd give him a ride.
I know you would. We talk shit here too. We're rednecks, man. We talk shit. Real redneck. We talk shit. I love being a redneck.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm missing, man, is a 4-wheeler. Anybody want to donate some money for me to buy a 4-wheeler? I want to get a 4-wheeler so bad.
How about donating a 4-wheeler?
What's that?
I said, how about donating a 4-wheeler?
No, because I'm not mechanically inclined, and people associate redneck with mechanically inclined people. I'm just not one of them. So how about just donate the money? I'll buy one,
I don't know, man. I've seen redneck ingenuity that certainly isn't mechanically inclined.
Hey man, I guess I could go out and buy a lot of duct tape.
What the heck did I see? They God, they built something on their vehicle out of wood. I
A hot
can't
tub?
remember. No. Well, that would, I'm sure somebody did that, but it was something really stupid. Like it would not last more than a week. But oh shoot, I wish I could remember what the heck it was. But it was one of those things you look at and you just, lower your head and shake it. What the hell were they thinking?
Yeah, I love watching some of those videos where do-it-yourself things.
Yeah.
There's this one channel out there. I love it too. It's these guys. They're Indian. I don't know where they're from, but with their bare hands, mind you, they make underground huts, underground swimming pools.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, those guys are pretty amazing.
Now tell me something. With all the technology America has, and all the ingenuity, and all the open free land that we have, why in the fuck do we have homeless people? Just saying. And why the hell are we paying ungodly amounts of money for? Oh, yeah, we pay for luxury. I don't know, man. I could live in a tree hut for a while. How about you?
Heck yeah.
Especially some of the ones that these guys build, man. They build some really spectacular, cool
Did you see
shit.
the one who built it out of the side of a hill?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I think that did you see? I'm going to change subject, but the same lines because I'll bring it back. You see the guys that went to Baltimore and cleaned Baltimore up?
I haven't seen it. I've heard of it though.
Oh yeah, about 50 or 60 Trump supporter patriots went to Baltimore and cleaned it up. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, what would happen if 100 or 200 patriots went to San Francisco or even Detroit or Seattle? What would happen if 100 people went to these places? What do you think would happen?
The leftist communist politicians would probably have them run out of town.
I would think I'm almost done. We'll wrap it up here in a few. Oh, okay. Your luck is as good as mine, baby, because I'm out. I'm out of smokages. John, I'm out of smokages.
That's not good.
No, I gotta come to your house, bro. Wait, you don't smoke shit. Anyway, but you know what I think would happen, man? It would be just total chaos. I think they slid one by, and thank God, man. Don't get me wrong, man. My hat is off to those guys. That was some great, awesome stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
But where in the fuck was the mainstream media on this, man? Giving props and kudos.
Are you kidding me? The Trump supporters, man. There's no way they were going to get any. In fact, they probably, in what little bit was talked about, they probably were called racists.
Well, no, actually,
condescending.
no, actually, the Baltimore people gave them a really good reception, and even
Oh,
some of them think.
yeah.
But the media, get it?
They're not going to give them squat.
No.
Yeah, I've seen interviews with people in Baltimore, and they tell a totally different tale than what's being told on the mainstream media.
Yeah, the fake ass shit. They it goes back to the red flag laws and shit. It's all a bunch of it's all scams, man. It's all a scam. And I say it here, man. Don't ever turn in your firearms.
No. Matter of fact, if they enact these red laws, I'm calling the police and saying all my weapons were stolen.
Me, I'm going to call the police and ask them if I can borrow some. I have none. Haven't had none. Can't get none. But, if the shit hit the fan, I would most certainly, definitely, hey, I buy a bow and arrow. I'd get you either way. I'm a redneck.
Hey,
Ingenuity, baby.
those will kill you dead just as quick as a bullet.
Yeah. And you know what? Hey, it doesn't hurt, to add a bow and arrow or a crossbow to your arsenal.
No, it doesn't.
And you know what? Here's a big one for you. And most people don't realize this, but you don't need a license to have a flamethrower. Boy, oh boy, a lot of roasted weenies.
I'd have fun with a flamethrower.
Oh, I would too. Yes, sirree, bubbies.
I'd get burnt heart in my neighbor's lawn.
Or either that or burn a hole or a heart in his lawn and put less underneath the heart. Yeah, there's always more than one way to get a message across.
Yes, sir.
But I know that there was some things also that you wanted to touch upon that you've seen. So I'm going to give you the floor, brother.
Well, we kind of touched on it before. I mean, I don't know what you might be referring to, but unless it's the same of these video games.
Boom.
What's that?
That's it.
Well, I had commented on a post on Facebook where the president had talked about cracking down on these violent games, which, look, I'm in principle, I'm not in favor of. I understand the good intentions, but we all know the old saying that good intentions, or the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Right.
It's the truth, because once you start whittling away at those liberties, they seldom if ever return. It's just it's another chip in the ice before it collapses. But that being said, I don't disagree with it in principle because of the far-reaching effects that these games have on the brain. And I know there's anecdotal examples of people who play games a lot, and they're not necessarily any worse for wear, but they are, because there's it affects the brain on everybody. The degree to which it affects the brain is different.
Right.
But it does affect it. All the little neural connections, the synapse in your brain, where these impulses cross, those get heavily impacted by these highly advanced and incredibly
high graphics.
Yeah, the quality of the graphics is just off the charts in some of these games, and it's only going to get better. And then you couple that with these HD TVs. I mean, it just is. I put it this way: I don't have television. I cannot watch HD TV. I can't watch it. It really, I don't want to say it freaks me out, but it's very uncomfortable for me to watch. I don't like this type of clarity of the picture. It's too bizarre to me. And you take these video games and you put it on these HD TVs, and you have this sensory overload that occurs, and then you do that for hour after hour after hour with an adult. There's an impact on everybody. Now you take
Hey,
people
hold
who,
on, hold on. I know you're in thought here, but I gotta stop you because you're moving around quite a bit. I need you to, because I don't want that to affect on the audio, and it might have
okay,
already done. But I did not mean to cut you off there, but
no, not at all. And just to reiterate what I said, the impact that this on the sensory of the brain, it's terrible. And then you take children, that was on adults, and then you add children to the mix, and you have these parents who literally use video games and television as babysitters. And I know firsthand a person that did that with their child, and the child started getting seizures because of these video games, and the
yeah.
doctor told her, if you continue down this path, you're going to force me to call children's services. You've got to stop letting him play those video games. And whether this is a permanent problem or not, it remains to be seen, but there is permanent damage to a certain extent. And
Yeah.
it's like anything else, man. People just they take it to the extreme. It's like you can't go in there and play a video game for an hour, maybe two, a couple times a week. People just sit down and they friggin' play it hour after hour after hour every single day. And it's like eating McDonald's every day. Eventually, you're gonna have a freaking heart attack.
Well, I don't. I can see what's being said here. Now, coming from a gamer's experience, someone who used to play Call of Duty and all kind of other games every day, all day long. I belong to a couple clans, so to speak. No, not the Ku Klux Klans, motherfuckers. Don't even put that in your head, leftists. Don't even go there. I'm talking about the Call of Duty clans. Um, I, we'd sit there, we converse. We get together every night at a certain time, or whenever we could throughout the day, whatever. The only side effect that I saw was I was irritable, and that's just par for the course when you're playing games. When you come down and you're all excited during the game, and your mind is always racing because you got to be on your game points. Your toes when you're playing. You get sudden jolts. Let me explain. I mean, if somebody comes and sneaks up behind you and kills you, you can get jolted. So yeah, I mean, I could understand where people are saying that's not good for the heart. Now, I want to add a little something different to this. We all know about soft kill weaponry. And we also know about hypnosis. And in hypnosis, there's something called subliminal messaging. It's a technique that is used in advertising. It's used in different areas on TV. If you go in and just look up subliminal messages, you'll see how this technique is done. Okay? What if, now I'm throwing out a theory here, but as someone who studied hypnosis, I believe it's plausible to be able to put in hidden messages in games.
Look, man, Ted Cruz interviewed a psychologist, 40 years experience, and he flat out said that social media will be able to add, like, I don't remember what the number, but it was a staggering number, like 20 to 25% more voters voting for the Democratic Party because of these subliminal messages. And they did it in 2018. And there's no way to track it. There's no way to tell that they did it. But they do it. They've admitted to doing it.
Well, it's in how they would do that, and I'll tell you how they could do that. Very simple.
It's untraceable is the point I'm making.
It very well could be. Now, I don't want to go out here and cause some mass hysteria, people, so don't go off the deep end. I'm just telling you from a hypnotist point of view that it could be in your videos that you watch. You might
Well,
watch that puppy dog video and not even know it and be bombarded with messages. Now, I would say that there could be a possible way of detecting if there's subliminal messages in videos. And I'd have to sit down and look at some and review them. But I would say that if they're going to bombard you with secret messages, it's the music. Listen to the tone. There's binary beats that your brain is receptacle to. It's like music. And it will interject, and your subconscious will pick up the messages, or your eyes will see the messages as that music is playing. There's a couple different ways other than that too, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But just check it out. Go online and check out binary beats for hypnosis.
now I want to ask you something.
Sure.
When you were talking about video games about being irritable, let me ask you this, and I'm not even going to ask you it because I know when you were not in your gaming clan, when you were off doing other things, I can tell you, it was either in the back of your mind or the front of your mind, getting back to that game.
Yeah, that is true. Absolutely.
Right, and you know what that is? It has the same exact stimulant effect as heroin does on the brain. That's documented and proved.
See, I've never heard of that before, but yeah, I mean, I remember, and I'm not, looking back in hindsight and you bringing that up, I remember walking through grocery stores or, being out with the wife and the kids and stuff, and, all of a sudden it's like, boom, I just had like an image of Call of Duty. Very, very interesting, and what happens when a junkie wants heroin? He remembers his last good fix, doesn't he?
That's right.
That makes sense.
And that's why I'm so against this whole libertarian idea of legalizing all drugs.
Oh,
because
yeah.
There's only one thing that crackheads and meth heads and heroin addicts want, and that's more of it.
Another fix.
Yeah, and if they're not getting enough from the government, man, they're going to just do the same thing. They're going to go steal in order to buy it on the black market, which it still will be available.
Well, hey, listen, John, this has been great. I don't mean to cut this long, but we are over. And I got to get off here. Wife is needing a cigarette. I'm needing a cigarette, and I know you probably need to go take your high blood pressure medicine. So let's wrap this up, shall we?
Thanks for having me on, man.
Thank you for coming on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come over here and we're going to wrap this up. Not like that. I wasn't ready for that. All right. Listen, this show that we do here, we've thrown out some hypothetical things. We've thrown out some facts to you. We've thrown out some eye-opening things, hopefully, for you. But the Patriots Corner is about this. Critical thinking. Whether you agree with us or disagree with us, that's up to you. We appreciate you. We would appreciate it if you would float this video around if you like it. Yeah, that's John still in the background. We haven't completely hung up from him yet. But I'd also like for you guys to check out this scroll right here. Where's my finger? There we go. dpal.com. You can find a whole lot of 100% pure biodegradable products. One of my favorite is Solumel. It's a 3-in-1 air freshener and cleaner. It is wonderful. I love it. I use it almost every day. So, with that being said, I'm going to pop out of here. I'm Skio Patriots 1776, aka Lewis Boyce, signing off from the Patriots Corner. I'll see all you guys on the flip side.